First, first and foremost, I'm gonna get all glory and not and honors and prayers to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Wakakwadash. Double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings, salutations to the Akim, the Akwaf that's pushing his word at his best with truth and sincerity to the four winds. Shalom, Shalom, Akim. I want to do a quick sit down, because we're coming to the time when you have these different camps, they come in the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, and they're not teaching, the whole 100% doctrine, which is that goes into, Jacob's trouble, first and foremost, the mark of the beast, the RFID chip, all right? And I just wanted to bring out a couple precepts, speaking on that subject matter about this doctrine, all right? Because Lord willing, the men of Great Millstone are, the 104,000, the elect men, all right? Because, we do over here in GMS have the 100% truth, all right? Precept. This is Luke chapter 21 and verse 7, and it says, "And they asked him, saying, Master, but when shall these things be? And what sign will be? And what sign will there be when these things shall come to pass?" Verse 8, and it said, "Take heed that ye be not deceived." All right? And he's talking to the elect. "For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Yahweh Shai HaMashiach." All right? That's the different camps that come in the name of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. All right? But their doctrine is not 100%. And it says, "And the time draweth near, go ye not therefore after them." All right? Because they got these different camps. They out there deceiving the masses of your people. And, Lord willing, it can have elect men that's amongst them that's following them with the off doctrine, all right? That's why Yahweh Shai said, it shall come, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, which means is they coming under the banner of, prophesying under the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, but they're not preaching the true 100% doctrine of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, right? I got another precept. This is 2 John, Salakia. 2 John, chapter 1. I guess I'll start at, is it 2? I think it's this 2 John chapter 1 and verse 7. It say, "For many deceivers are entered into the world, who confess not that Yahweh Shai HaMashiach is come in the flesh. This is a deceiver and the Antichrist." All right? And it says, 8, "Look to yourselves that we lose not those things which we have wrought, but that we receive a full reward." Verse 9, "Whosoever transgresseth and abideth not in the doctrine of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach," getting to the point. It says, some started from the top, 2 John chapter 1, verse 9, "Whosoever transgresseth and abideth not," Shalaki, I can get over a little cold, Shalaki. This is 2 John chapter 1, verse 9, "Whosoever transgresseth and abideth not in the doctrine of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach have not Yahweh." All right? So these camps that's out there proclaiming to be prophesying the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, but not pushing this 100% doctrine, going back into these, these troubling times that's coming, that they're not fully warning the people, all right? They waking them up to the fact that there are Israelites and telling them the true name of the Heavenly Father and the Son, but they're not pushing, the 100% doctrine, what goes into Jacob's trouble, and all these, these famine and these pestilence, and most of all that RFID chip, all right? That mark of the beast, all right? And it reads, "He that abideth in the doctrine of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, he have what? He have both the Father and the Son," all right? It says, verse 10, "If there come any unto you, and bring not this doctrine, receive him not into your house, neither bid him Godspeed. All right, you can't be amongst a brother that claims he's doing this work in sincerity and calling on Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, but he's not teaching the same doctrine. All right, he's not prophesying through the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. All right, he's leading the people on, so it's not right for you to bid him shalom when he's not preaching this 100% doctrine. Because why? Because Yahweh Bashim Yahushua doesn't abide within him. All right, he's doing it for vainglory. All right. And it says, verse 11, for he that biddeth him Godspeed is partaker of his evil deeds. All right. So even if you're pushing 100% doctrine, but you're following, a camp or a guy that's pushing not this doctrine, not the doctrine of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, and you subscribe to his page and you follow him and you comment on his comment board and shalom, brother, all that different, things like that. You partaking in what he have going on, even if you're not doing it, but you partaking into it. All right, that's why I said, for he that biddeth from God's speed is partaker of his evil deeds. All right, so we have to go on these highways and byways and preach this 100% doctrine. All right, preach what is taught. All right, we get this edification. We got to bring it out there, all right, for edification's sake, to wake up the elect, the 144,000, all right. Lord willing that I'm amongst that number, because I'm a younger brother and I'm still learning under the banner of GMS, all right. And I always thank Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. All praise to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Bashim Kakbadash for waking me up and having me amongst the brothers of GMS, all right. Got another precept. This is I might take it out with this one. I'm gonna go off the spirit. All right. I had a precept came to mind. I kind of lost the train of thought. It might come back to me. This 2 Peter, chapter 3. I think I can verse 2. This 2 Peter, Salakia, chapter 3 and verse 2. That ye may be mindful of the words which were spoken before by the holy prophets, which is this doctrine, and of the commandments of us, the apostles of the Lord and Savior, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Verse 3, knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers walking after their own lusts. All right. And we in that third day. We're in the last days. All right. Mm-hmm. The house, the tabernacle, the house of David, Yasharallah, is getting raised up in this last day. So we're symbolically and spiritually and physically living in the last days. All right. And this is the apostles, coined it the year of 2020, the year of prophecy. All right. All these prophets starting to come to pass. All right. And this is a prophecy. This is a prophecy right here, manifested within itself. All right. 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 3. Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lusts. All right. I seen the brothers making videos, and they had a gentleman or a group that's coming under the banner was claiming to be under the banner of GMS. And they went, calling on the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, but they twisting and changing up the doctrine, all right? And going it by their own lust. And now they start scoffing the men of GMS, all right? And that's what it says in the last days, scoffers walking after their own lust, Shalakia, in the last days, all right? And that's what's going on, all right? And it says, verse 4, and saying, where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all these continue as they were from the beginning of the creation. And you also have 2/3 of Israel, that's out there. They come up and like, okay, now where's the promises coming? Where is it coming? Because you had other camps, that was out there saying, each year that, oh, the world about to end, the world about to end, this about to happen, this about to happen, to the point where now, they now, them entry level camps, deceived the mass of the people and got got majority of our people out there saying these things, and saying, verse 4, and saying, where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all these things continue as they were from the beginning of the creation. All right? And that's about like in the same situation we're in today. They looking for the coming, but they don't believe. All right? They don't have faith. So they thinking that we're gonna we're gonna stay under the rulership of the so-called white people. The so-called white man, Esau, Edom. All right, they don't have faith. They don't believe that Yahushua is going to return because you have them camps out there. They're not teaching 100% true doctrine. All right, they're not preaching the word. They just going at it by their own understanding. All right, that's why I say lean not on your own understanding. All right, you have to be humble and submissive. Have the salah. You have to be humble and submissive, and and humble yourself down and get under the banner of GMS and get yourself learned up, built up, and taught. All right? It's 100% truth. Verse 5. For this they willingly are ignorant of that by the word of Yahweh, of Salakia, I'm going to read again. It says, 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 5. For this they willingly are ignorant of, all right? That by the word of Yahweh the heavens were of old, and the earth standing out of the water and in the water. Verse 6, whereby the world that then was, being overflowed with water, perish. All right, that's going back into the days of Noah. All right, when Noah was on the highways and byways prophesying, right, when he was building the ark, and he was prophesying, he was a prophet. He was telling, telling the people that, look, this for this world, this age, when you that word, it got two different definitions of, world, to have two different definitions. All right, that's another topic. But when that age or that world was about to get destroyed, he was prophesying, telling the mass of people that, and telling them it's going to rain and it was going to flood. They didn't believe him. Because in that time, back then, the days of Noah, it never physically rained, so they never seen it before. So when he was prophesying, telling them what was going to happen before it happened, they did not believe. They had no faith. So what happened is verse 6, whereby the world that then was, being overflowed with water perish. All right? It says, verse 7, but the heavens and the earth, which are now by the same word, are kept in store. All right. Well, it says, I'm gonna read it. This 100% doctrine. It never changed. It never changed. Our Heavenly Father, he never changes. He's still the same. And it says, verse 7, but the heavens and the earth, which are now by the same word, are kept in store. All right. The same doctrine, the same truth, the same words. All right. Reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men. All right. So you have to be mindful. What doctrine you follow, or and some of them the men out there need to get themselves together and start telling the masses, which is Israel, and start waking up the elect, because all Israel is not going to be saved. 2/3 of our people are going to get cut off and die. All right. Two-thirds of our people is going to get cut off and die. So you have to go out there. It's our job, to go out there on the highways and byways as prophet and tell the people what's, all people, not just our people. We out there telling all nations. We were sent out there to all nations to tell them that the coming of the Lord and the judgment that's coming from Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. We tell you about Jacob's trouble. We're telling you about World War III. We're telling you about the RFID microchip, known as the mark of the beast. We're telling you who the so-called white man is in these other nations, what their true nationality is according to the scriptures. All right? That's what we're supposed to do. He said, what? I had set the watchmen upon the tower. All right? And Lord willing, that I can, keep pushing his word. All right? And I pray for the brothers as well. I know the brothers pray for me to keep pushing his word, this truth, with sincerity. 100% truth. All right? And with that, I hope that was edifying. I want to get all honors and prayer and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakwadash. Double honor to the elders, Apostle Green Millstone. Peace and blessings to the Aguaf, the Akim, the brethren, the 144,000. Hopefully elect out there that's pushing the truth at the best of sincerity. Shalom, Shalom, Akim, Abba, Kwam, Yasharala. On to the next one.